Welcome to another episode of Tony's Allotment. Over the last sort of 6 or 7 weeks, we've had absolutely tons of rain up here. And as a consequence of that, all the rats from the fields and things opposite us have all come onto the allotment. And they've been... You'll have to excuse the chickens. They've been coming onto the plots and they've been digging in and things like that underneath some of the sheds. I don't know if you remember, there used to be a pen here that I've now taken down, and just to my left here, I'll show you in a moment, is the coop. And we found a rat's nest just under that nest. As another consequence though, just behind us, the duck pond, a rat managed to get down the side of that, and I decided that I was going to fill it with water, and due to that some of the pond caved in. So today we are going to be digging that out. So first off we've got to drain it, and then we're going to dig that out. So that's what's going to happen in today's episode. So I've been asked quite a few times now over the last few months on how we're going to maintain the pond, and we have like a pond vac that can run off a standard hose pipe. We use that vac, but via one of these 12 volt pumps. Now this is a 12 volt pump, okay, and this will pump out 3,000 gallons an hour. Okay, so it's a pretty hefty thing. As you know, we've got no running water up here. Everything that we use we have to catch, and we also have no electricity or anything. So we run this directly from the car battery. I haven't brought it with me today, so I'm going to run it direct from my car. And it's just wired up to some wire and then onto some crocodile clips. That's how it's going to be powered. It then goes through this pipework, and it will continue off down the plot where it will be collected at the bottom via a drain. So we just need to drop this into the deepest part of the pond, which is this corner. Need to stick it down as far as it'll go, and that is it. So what we're going to do now in a moment, guys, is I'm going to stir up the pond because I want to get as much muck out of it as I can, and might as well, while I've got a drainer, I might as well give it a good clean because it's absolutely filthy at the moment. But this is how we're going to do it anyway. We'll just pump all this water out. We'll repair that side of the banking possibly tomorrow, because I doubt we'll have time today, time it drains, and then once we repair that banking, we'll fill it back up from the IBC containers that we have. As you know, we currently hold about 9,000 litres on the plots at the moment, or on my plot I should say, and this pond will take 2,000 of it. But with the amount of rain we're having, I might as well do it now so that it's clean throughout the winter, and it gets rid of all the green algae and everything else. We dug this pond quite deep, for those of you that watched the video, so that we were able to allow all the sort of the excrement and everything else that comes from the ducks to settle on the bottom, so that they're not swimming in it. And it's worked really well. The water has gone green, but the ducks themselves are clean, and they're able to swim around in it. It's only a bit of algae. So we're going to give it a good stir up. We're going to get rid of all of that rubbish, and I will show you a bit of video as it's working. So here, guys, you can see where it caved in a little bit. Okay, I was pouring water just on this side of the brick over here, to a little rat hole that has obviously got under here, and the banking had given way there. It's very soft, as you can see. This is where we built it up. It's not going to take a lot of work, but you know, this is what we're going to have to do. But the next thing we need to do now, I'll pass you a sec, is to might as well get out the bulk of the stuff and just stir it all up by using a brush. You'll see some bubbles come up where it's on the bottom, and we might as well get this as mucky as we can to get it out. Now there are a couple of big boulders in this, so where they've just dropped through, but we'll sort it out. Right, so this is it coming out, guys. Okay, it's just going to run down the path now, and it'll go into the drain at the bottom of the allotment. I just wanted to cover a few things while I'm by here. Okay, by the way, this does stink. I had a couple of questions and some statements and comments on some of my other videos about, you know, good on me for the way I keep my birds and things like that. But at the end of the day, they're only here for two purposes, and that's eggs and meat. I just want to clarify with you guys. Although some people do rear their chickens and ducks for meat, I don't. They're purely egg layers only, and for my own personal pleasure. There is no way I would eat any of my birds. So I just want to clarify that before we got any further. But as you can see, the pump does a good job of emptying it, and it won't take long. So it's while that's doing that, it's time for us to go and get the kettle on, and I'll see you shortly. Okay, guys. That's another thing to do with these rats, because I want to make sure they go. I've bought these metal traps. I'm going to come a bit closer so you can see them. And they're a self-setting trap. We're going to use a little bit of chocolate biscuit just to set them off. Now these traps don't work on pressure plate. They work on when they pull the food off. So it doesn't always work. So I've just crumbled that a little bit up. Bear me 1 sec while I grab a bit more chocolate. So anyway, yeah, they work. Quite nice too. They work when they pull the food off, and that's it. So that's all you need. You pull this clip back, okay, and what it does, it flips that over like that. And that's now set. And then as they pull on this, it actually releases it there, and that's what will catch them. But I know I'm probably going to get absolutely mullered by some of you guys for using this type of trap rather than a friendly one. But no one wants rats. They are vermin at the end of the day, and up until recently, I never had an issue with the chickens on my plots and everything else. A lot of the other guys did, and I think that's just down to sort of bad husbandry, maybe. I'm not sure. But up until recently, I've never had a problem. But all of a sudden, it seems that we've had so much rain, they've just come in off the fields and everything else, and they're mulling around and they're trying to make nests and things. So I've been digging them out, and we had one in the shed here. It's broken into one of the feed bags. Now we don't normally store our food in here, but they chewed into one of the food sheds, so until I can repair that, it's in here. But they've actually chewed up through the floor in the shed, so that's got to be repaired. But I want to nip it in the bud now, so before they start breeding and everything else. So we'll catch these. There's no point catching them, humanely and letting them go, because no one wants them, and if I let them go somewhere else, they're just going to be a nuisance there. So the best way is to dispatch them. These things are quite quick. They've got some spikes here, so it's really quick on the kill. So at the end of the day, we have to look after our own poultry and everything else, and I want to get rid of the rats from in here, and I certainly don't want them in my shed. So they're going. I've set one. I'm going to put another one in the shed now tonight, and we'll see if we have anything tomorrow. I will video it if it's there in the morning, because like I said, we're coming back up to finish this video with the pond. Well, it's the next morning, guys, and yesterday we emptied the pond and we give it a little bit of a clean out, but we've got to finish doing that this morning. We ran out of light. It was supposed to be dry today, but it's absolutely tipped down for the last couple of hours, but it looks like the sun is just trying to break through, so that's a good sign. Hopefully we can get things sorted. Now, if you remember earlier on in the video, I laid some traps down for the rats. Last night, Mick, another plot holder, came up and he brought a couple of different types of traps for me to try. I'm sorry if you can't hear me because of the wind. I'm hoping the sound's going to come out okay. I've got a windshield on, so hopefully it'll help. But he brought a couple of rat traps up, so we had 5 traps set down. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to show you this or not, but for those of you who don't want to see it, okay, look away now, and I will. I'll come back to you if I do put it on. If not, I'll edit it out. All right. So we're just going to unlock the shed, because I haven't been in here myself, so I don't know if we've caught anything. Okay, it seems it's done the job. Okay, we have caught the rat. I'm going to show you. It's not too gross, but I just want you to see, you know, what does the damage. So I don't know if you can see it. Just down there against that blue bucket is the rat in the trap. So he's well and truly dead. So hopefully I'll have no more problems. But excuse me, guys. You have to sort these things out when they start occurring, otherwise you'll end up, you need a female. If I was a female and she'd actually got under here and built a nest and everything else, and started getting some pinkies and everything else, before I'd known it, I would have been infested. So it's unfortunately a necessity. Okay, guys, we'll go and have a look at the pond now once I've dealt with this. As you can see, guys, the pond is now been done. We got the odd few stones we need to reposition where the rain has made the banking a little bit softer, but it's all cleaned out and it's ready for refilling now for the ducks, and they'll have their pond back. What we do need to do though, let me just pan you across, we need to sort out the other side of those stones over here, the ramp, and the reason for that was that the rat's actually buried under there as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some chip-ins or something to put down there. It's got a bit boggy and I don't want the ducks going in the pond until after that is done. The sun has come out, so that's good. There is a little bit of rain sort of specking here and there, but hopefully it'll all be good in the wash. So we're going to hack on. Oh, incidentally, I'm just going to show you where this thing was, where this rat hole was. There you go, look. So that's where it was there. I've collapsed it all in, and what have you, we'll fill all this banking back in anyway, so we'll get it sorted. As you can see, we're now filling it, and with it coming out quite quick, it won't be long before it fills up. We're coming out at a fair old speed there, and then the ducks will have a nice clean pond again. If I have to do this twice a year, it's not a hard thing. The pump does the work. As you can see, it don't take long to fill or empty. and it's just a bit of muck clean out to the bottom of it. But because it's so deep, the mud and the feces and things that come off the ducks sink to the bottom anyway. The only real issue, because there's no plants or anything in there, is the sun with the algae, and obviously any rats that have drove over from the fields. So I'm going to leave you there for a moment, and I'm going to hack on with getting this side finished before the ducks make a mess on it. At the moment I have locked them in there just for the time being. We moved that off the pallets because we thought there was a rat's nest under there, but there isn't. But I'm going to move the whole house anyway. But as you can see, it's probably already about a third full. This takes around 2,000 litres, 2 of our IBC containers, so it's no big loss, and with the amount of rain we're having at the moment, that's going to refill in no time at all. So that's the job now, is to get this mudded area sorted out so that they can able to walk into their ramps. So it's unfortunately quite a few barrow loads of chippings from down the bottom of the plot. So we're finally getting there. As you can see here, guys, I've replaced all these stones now for the ramp. Put a bit of bark just to sort of soak up any of the mud, because as you can see it's a bit muddy down here around here. I need to get some bark chip for the ducks. And we are nearly full. I'm not sure how well you can see this with the light. I might move the camera in a moment to give you a different shot, but we are about a foot from the top now. I've had to move to a different IBC container, from one of the ones from the side of the polytunnel, and that's all good. I think it's a little dark, this picture, because of the we're facing into the sunlight, but I'm going to come to the other side of the pond now and give you a look. In fact, I will pick you up and carry you. So we're finally getting there. It's not that hard a job, really. Like you said, if you've got a decent pump that pumps the water really quick. Yeah, so as I was saying, if you've got a decent pump that is putting out a fair bit of water, like I said, this does 3,000 gallons an hour, and you can see, the sort of speed that's chucking that out. It's a lot of water there. So it don't take long to fill this pond, which is 2,000 litres. So it's not going to take that long, probably around about 20 minutes, half an hour or something. The birds are making use over there of the pens and cots and stuff like that, look. So they're all happy at the moment. I gotta say though, I am glad to be getting rid of some of the rats. It's a necessity, really. I don't like to kill things, but they are a pest, and when they leaving feces and urine over everything, it's not good, and also they can pass on things to the chickens, so they gotta go. But like I said, we're on top of that. We've killed a few now over the last few days, so hopefully that'll be it. There's a couple of stones I'm gonna have to reposition, but for all intents and purposes, it's looking alright. The pond's getting clean, and I will let the ducks out, and once it's clean, and you can have a little look at that. Anyway, I will see you in a moment. Okay, pond is full, so it's now time to let the ducks out and see if they get on it. They may not, because I'm stood by there and they're not very happy with me for locking them in, but we'll see what we can do. They shouldn't be long coming out of there now, once they think I'm gone from there. Here we go. Here we go. straight into all the mud. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put you on the pond, and then I'm going to rail them up to the pond a bit, see if they go on it. Well, as you can see, guys, we've moved the duck pen from down the bottom of the pen right up to the top. We've put it up on a couple of pallets, and it's nice and high now, hoping that the ducks will actually use it this time rather than not bothering at all last time. So because it's closer to the pond and it's raised up, I'm hoping that they'll actually use it. We've got the duck ark, which is what they've normally been using here, you know, so hopefully they'll be a lot happier. They seem to be. They're in and out their pond all day. There's feathers everywhere. As you can see, they come down, they're drinking, pretty much doing what ducks should be doing. So they're really enjoying the area. We'll put some turf and stuff around the rocks here now. What we're going to do is get some bread crates. We're going to cut the sides off. I don't know if you guys know, some car parking places, they use those crates and then they fill that with soil, and then they let grass grow through that, and they use that then for car parking and things like that. Well, we're going to do a similar thing but using bread crates, and we're going to put it down, we're going to fill over the top with some soil and put some turf on it, and hopefully it'll help prevent any further rodent issues. We're never going to stop it, but hopefully it'll prevent any more coming in. We're going to continue with the trapping and what have you, but at the moment, like I said, I'm happy that these guys got their pond back, and the pen is up here. It was hard to move on my own, but we got here in the end, and we've put a slab there, like I said, because it's raised, so it's about a 40-degree walk and they can get up and down it no problem. The rest of the plot, the duck plot, we're gonna leave for the moment because it's full of stingy nettles and dock and things like that, and I want to dig out as many of those as I can, so I'm gonna leave them come up first, dig them out, and we'll have a look at what we can do with the rest of it as and when. For those of you new subscribers who haven't seen the duck pond build, I'll put a link just below here, and there's also a link on this side here for the small pond, the wildlife pond we built up on the allotment. Take a look at those if you're looking at building a pond, just to give you an idea of the steps and things like that. So this video's hacked on long enough. I'm going to leave you. Again, I just want to wish everybody a happy new year, and thank you very much to all my new subscribers and my old for following me in 2014, and I hope to bring you many more videos for 2015. So I will see you in the next episode, guys. Bye.